What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. I come to you today with some really sad news, you guys. We have lost another icon, another great one. Sidney Poitier has passed away, according to news reports. And I'm just going to read you. This is coming from People Magazine. I'm going to read you this, and then I'm going to just give y'all my 2 cents. This one hits hard. Just listen, we ain't recovered from Betty yet. Okay? Sidney Poitier, first black man to win an Oscar and titan of cinema, dead at 94. Sidney Poitier became the first black man to win a Best Actor Oscar, for his role in 1963's Lilies of the Field. Listen, it's a good film. And I know y'all might not have seen it. It's in black and white. Y'all know how y'all newfangled folks are, but y'all, Lilies of the Field is a great movie. Guess who's coming to dinner? The original was Sidney Poitier. I know they remade it in the 1990s, I believe it was, or maybe the 2000s, with the late Bernie Mac and what's my boy's name? Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. But go catch the original. Okay. Clint Watson, press secretary for the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, confirmed to CNN that Poitier died Thursday evening. With a staggering list of accolades, including an Academy Award, a Presidential Medal of Freedom, a knighthood, Poitier leaves behind an indelible legacy that extends far beyond his commanding screen presence. Poitier's own story, with its humble beginning and remarkable twist of fate, rivals that of any of his movies. He was born 2 months premature in Miami in 1927, while his parents were Bohemian farmers Evelyn and Reginald Poitier were in the country to sell tomatoes. The likelihood of his survival was so remote, his father returned home with a shoebox in which to bury the baby, the last of his many siblings. Instead, young Poitier thrived, and within months his parents returned home to their farm on Cat Island in the Bahamas. It was a rural homestead with no electricity, running water, or paved roads, but it was paradise to the boy. After a stint in Nassau, he moved to Florida to live with his brother when he was 15. He eventually made his way to Harlem, washing dishes to earn a living. After serving in the Army and between dishwashing gigs, Poitier joined the American Negro Theater, trading janitorial services for dramatic arts training. He eventually got enough notice to make it to Broadway with a role in Listeria, kicking off his stage career. Film success was slower in coming for Poitier, but a role in famed director Joseph L. Makowicz's radically explosive drama No Way Out in 1950 cast Poitier as the noble African American wielding his righteous indignation against bigotry. Oh, he also starred in the original Heat of the Night, the movie, and Call Me Mr. Tibbs. Yeah. In 1959, the year he starred in A Raisin in the Sun, oh yeah, it is Raisin in the Sun, on Broadway, Poitier picked up his first Best Actor nod for his role in The Defiant Ones, opposite Tony Curtis. They played escaped convicts chained to each other, desperate to avoid capture. That same year, Poitier starred in a star-studded adaptation of Gershwin's musical Porgy and Bess, alongside Dorothy Dandridge, Sammy Davis Jr., Pearl Bailey, Diane Carroll, and Brock Peters. Again, all icons. 4 years later, Poitier won the Best Actor award for the first black man to do so for his role in Lilies of the Field, as Homer Smith, a handyman building a chapel in the desert. If any actor can be said to own the box office in particular year than 1967, it was Poitier. He released 3 iconic films, To Serve With Love, In the Heat of the Night, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. They all explored race and class in a provocative way. With Sir casting Poitier as a teacher in a working class white London school, Dinner saw him waging a war of the heart opposite Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy as the black man in love with a white woman. It was remarkable timely given the Supreme Court's ruling that same year on the interracial marriage of Loving versus Virginia. But it was his groundbreaking 1967 film, In the Heat of the Night, where Poitier played the most iconic character of Detective Virgil Tibbs. The story follows Tibbs as he waits for a train in Mississippi when he is unceremoniously arrested for murder. Soon, The police chief, who won an Oscar for his performance, Rod Steiger, learns that Tibbs is actually a hotshot Philadelphia detective and an expert in homicide and asks him to consult. The film's racial tension mounts until the white suspect slaps Tibbs in the face in a crucial moment that Tibbs returns the blow. Poitier's character was initially meant to walk away from the slap and not return it. "You can't do it," declared the film's producer. "You certainly can't do it with me." The actor insisted on slapping the suspect back. "I go in front of the camera with the responsibility to be at least respectful of human values." Poitier told the Museum of Living History about the film, "My values are not disconnected from the values of the black community." The actor made a very rare public appearance in April of 2017 to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the film. While he did not take the stage with his co-star, he did not take the stage. Grant told People at the time that Poitier's powerful performance was not only critical to the film's creative and commercial success, but it also made a major social impact on racial understanding across the country. "It made a huge difference," said Grant. "Norman Jewson's films are like that. He knows what he's doing. He's a great filmmaker and a great concept person. But it was a very rare, brave thing to do, and without Sidney is a hero." I'm reading the whole thing because he deserves me to read the whole thing. So, Poitier stayed true to his values off screen, immersing himself in the civil rights movement, hosting activist luminaries in his home with his then wife Juanita Hardy, whom he married in 1950 and divorced in 1965. He ventured to the South with friend and fellow activist Harry Belafonte for Freedom Summer, marched in honor of slain Air Force veteran James Meredith in 1966, and stood proud with Belafonte and Charlton Heston at Reverend Martin Luther King's March on Washington. He also attended King's funeral 5 years later. Seeking to broaden his artistic license, Poitier joined Barbra Streisand, Paul Newman, Steve McQueen, Dustin Hoffman to form the first artist production company in 1969. He also began directing his own films for the company, including teaming up with Bill Cosby in the comedy classics Uptown Saturday Night and Let's Do It Again. He also directed A Piece of the Action. Poitier's best received directorial effort starred another comedy duo, Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, in 1980's Stir Crazy, in which the pair played wrongly convicted men who hatch a plan to break out of prison. As Poitier began to reap accolades across the globe, he became a knight by the Queen. He received Kennedy Honors in 1995, and he also received an honorary Oscar in 2002. In a pronounced departure from his screen days, Poitier served as the ambassador of the Bahamas to Japan from 1997 to 2007. He last appeared on screen in 2001 TV movie The Last Bricklayer in America. He received a Lifetime Achievement Award from BAFTA in 2016. Poitier leaves behind Joanna Shamikas, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, as well as his 6 daughters, Beverly, Pamela, Sherry, Gina, Anika, and Sydney. So, yeah. That's it, you guys. I grew up with Sidney Poitier, and like I said, I have seen a lot of those movies that he's known for. I implore you guys, I know that we tend to stray away from black and white, and we tend to stray away from the old stuff, but I implore you guys to please go and catch To Sir with Love, Lilies of the Field, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Heat of the Night. The one thing, and they said it in that article, the one thing that I can always say as a black woman, that Sidney Poitier's characters, even as early as the 1950s, always portray a black man with dignity. Again, they talk about In the Heat of the Night. That is a very iconic scene where he actually, as a black man in Mississippi, slapping a white man. It don't matter that he was the cop and that man was accused of murder. You guys know what the consequences of that could have been. And for them to put it in a film, I just have to, give him all the kudos. And if you look at all of Sidney Poitier's roles, they were all played with a level of dignity. So, thank you is not enough. Condolences are not enough for the life that this man lived and what he did for black cinema and what he did for cinema as a whole. And he will truly be missed. I know that he's made lifelong friends with a lot of Hollywood, and so I'm sure over the next couple of days we're going to be hearing many, many, many accolades for him. Also, I'm sure that his movies are going to be playing on things like the TMC, the movie channel, where they play a lot of old classics. They'll probably be there, and I'm sure they're streaming somewhere. Um, but again, hate to bring you guys bad news. Put it in the comments. Talk to y'all later. Peace.